15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds until airtime.
Oregon is going to the Final Four.
The following is a Learfield presentation of the Oregon Sports Network.
And Oregon is going to play in the national championship game.
This is Duck Insider.
We need to get community. We need this thing to be bigger than just our little circle of players and coaches.
Are you kidding me? Touchdown, Oregon.
With 2 seconds on the clock. He hits it!
That's the bigger picture in this thing, allowing the community to celebrate the hard work, blue-collar mentality this group brings to the table.
And the Ducks have won it. The Ducks have won.
We get to struggle together, and we get to have joy together.
The Ducks are Pac-12 champions.
I am so proud right now to be the head coach at Oregon.
Catch made. Touchdown, Oregon.
This is Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Now let's go live to the Country Financial Studio to talk Oregon Duck Athletics.
It is game day eve. Jerry and Jorgie are here. I'm Joey Mack. We've got some picks to make. The timeline for kickoff. We are less than 24 hours away if you're live with us in the 1 o'clock hour. Oregon getting ready to host the Vikings of Portland State. It is a noon kickoff, fellas. That means we've got a timeline for you to run through. Always 6 hours prior to kickoff, the Autzen parking lots will open. But remember,
who drew that up? That's nice. Who did that? Is that you? Look at that.
No, that's very
okay,
nice.
go ahead and continue. That's just a real nice timeline.
6 hours prior to kickoff, but remember, it's no earlier than 7 a.m. That means for this game, it is a 7 a.m. parking lots open. 3 hours prior to kickoff, 9 a.m. this week, the Mashofsky Center opens and the shuttles begin to run. 2 hours and 20 minutes prior to kickoff, the March to Victory this week scheduled for 9:50. They'll go through the Mo, the usual route. 90 minutes prior to kickoff, the Seating Bowl opens. That'll be 10:30 for this week. And a tip that everybody always says, enter Autzen Stadium at least 30 minutes before kickoff to avoid those long entry lines. Get into your seat for the anthem, for everything that you need to be in for. I should also note that at 10 a.m., our pregame show begins. So if you're tailgating, you'll be tuning in for us. If you're on your way in, maybe from out of town, our network-wide pregame show begins at 10 a.m. We will have interviews with Stephen Jones, Popo Amavai. Fabulous interview, by the way. It was great hearing from him.
Cool.
I also talked with Tosh Lupoy, Ducks defensive coordinator this week, and, of course, the Toyota Coaches Corner with Dan Lanning coming up. We'll hear from Bruce Barnum. He had some pretty nice compliments about the Oregon program, ninth-year head coach for the Vikings. Also some honorary captains as part of the pregame show. We'll have that for you at 10 a.m., and then it's officially a 12:07 kickoff to start the 2023 season, a noon 07 kickoff against the Vikings, guys. You ready, Jorgie?
Yeah. Bruce Barnum, he's character.
He's character. He's fun.
Yeah,
he's fun. I listened to their conversation, I should say, between Mike, their SID, and Coach Barnum. It was fun talking to him. He was complimentary. Yeah, it was. There's some good comedy, actually, that you'll hear on the pregame show tomorrow from Coach Barnum. He's fun.
Yeah, he always has something, right? I mean, if we get this amount of fans, we're going to
free beer.
Pay for everybody's beer.
Remember that?
I mean, there's always some sort of deal there that he's creative with, and gets a lot of people's attention, and they love it. Fans love it.
Yeah, good time.
Marketing. So that's what it's all about.
Yep. It is.
Yes, good job.
So that's your game day timeline. Also some enhancements to Autzen to debut this year. Many of you will see the north side, the charter box has been updated. Some specials. This weekend there's going to be a root beer float special at Autzen Stadium. So there will be some different concession specials throughout the season. I'm told there's going to be another bar open in the club level. So for post-game, you guys, you're ready to go.
Well, maybe we can get Dusty to come up from the sideline, go to the concession stand, bring us up root beer floats, and go back to the field.
That's right.
Right?
I mean, I don't see why not. Well, maybe I'll just leave the booth. You guys can run the broadcast for a few segments.
We'll give him a little carry tray to bring up three of them, right?
Job description, right?
4.
Yeah.
So
Lundquist's got to have one, too.
So you would like a root beer float, both of you, tomorrow?
I'm kind of thinking that way.
Turn one down.
All right. Well, I'll see what I can do. I'm a giver.
Yes, you are.
Try.
And we appreciate that.
I'm going to try. Also, a reminder, GoDucks.com, rewards.goducks.com. The Mighty Oregon Rewards program debuting this year. Go to rewards.goducks.com. A lot more info. Support the Ducks. You can earn some points. You can cash them in for free stuff, which is great. So a reward program, similar to any other reward program that you've seen and been a part of, but now for being in attendance at Oregon sporting events, you get reward points. I still have not confirmed if, like, the four of us are eligible for those things because we're at, like, all these events. I'm just saying.
Why would we not be?
We don't buy tickets. And so, it interfaces with the Ticketmaster app. I don't know.
No, I would get it. I understand that. Yeah.
So this brings me to my first question before we talk about the picks and the game itself. You have an unlimited number of reward points, okay?
I was just thinking about that.
Okay.
Miles.
What would you, like an Oregon-centric thing, Jorgie, what would you use your points on? What would you exchange your points for?
Gosh.
Is it like brand new raincoat? Are you going to get free tickets to something? You going to get a concession item? What are you using them on?
That's a real.
Okay, Jerry, what are you using?
I'd have to look at the Duck Store menu of things just to see what there is available.
If there's not a menu, I'm buying a new duck truck.
New duck truck?
New duck truck.
Okay,
yeah I'm going to get it. Otherwise, it'll be food.
Yeah.
Food all the way.
I would want the duck truck. I would exchange it for that. Like, I want to drive that around all day, every day.
I just would take a helmet.
A helmet?
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple to choose from in here.
Yeah, well, they need to stay in here.
Okay. All right. Keys to the game, guys. We always start on Fridays with our keys to the game. I feel like in this one, maybe the better way to talk keys to the game is where will your eyes go week one? I think for me, it's going to be the pass rush and containing an athletic quarterback. That's been a big point of discussion from the Duck defense and from their head coach, that they've given a lot of credit to the Vikings offense for taking some big shots down the field. So for me, I think it's containing the quarterback, getting after the quarterback, and then also preventing some of those big plays. I think that's what I'm looking for tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that's going to be big. That the defensive effort by Oregon's got to get better than it was last year. And if practice is any clue at all, it is much better. They're longer, they're faster, and I think they're going to be more explosive on that front seven. There's a lot of experience back there. But if I'm going to be looking at something, it's going to be that offensive line to see how they connect in this first game. Are they getting closer together, or are they still a ways away? If the Ducks run the ball really well, if Bo's not under pressure, then that bodes well for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough for me to really focus in on one side of the ball or the other guys. I think it's more about just consistency and being sharp. It's really easy coming into a game like this where you're the overwhelming favorite to beat Portland State and not play good, sharp football on both sides of the ball. So I want to see that. Sometimes it's almost an advantage to play a huge game like an LSU Florida State, your very first game, because you got to be focused and sharp all the way. That's what I want to see those guys be in this game, is Oregon's offense, defense, special teams be sharp, crisp, and on point right off the bat.
Talked a lot this camp about execution, on both sides of the ball and what that looks like. I think that's a great point. I also should say, like, you want to get through week one healthy. That's a big deal. You want to get through healthy, but I feel like execution's going to be a good thing to watch, but also you talk about a new offensive coordinator. Bo Nix was in here with us on Wednesday talking on the Coach Show about how it's not all that different under Will Stein. But I'll be honest, I'm excited to see Oregon's offense against a non-Oregon defense.
In a
all
game.
Three of us,
we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen that yet. So I'm excited for that.
So another thing, too, is the communication. I mean, I really think in watching practice so far this fall, I've seen better communication on the field from the team communicating with each other and the coaches communicating with them. And, Jorgie, one of the keys for me will be how often does that play clock run down?
Yeah.
And do they have issues getting plays in and players in and out?
Yeah. I mean, management of that piece of it and how things are going to play out that way. Again, I'm really looking forward to seeing how Dan Lanning manages the game in season 2. Last year was his first year as a head coach, period. let alone at this level, which was a big-time level coming to the University of Oregon. And, no doubt, he's talked about learned a lot of lessons and learn those lessons and carry them forward to year 2. And with a brand-new offensive coordinator, as we talked about with Will Stein, that's going to be important too. But, again, I'm looking forward to see how he manages the game from beginning to end and everywhere in between, and what he learned from last year, what he takes forward this year.
I'm also interested just to get used to the new clock rules.
Yeah.
I was saying this earlier this week, guys. Like, I felt like watching week 1 or week 0, whatever you want to call it. I'm sorry. I know
you don't need to apologize.
Jerry
it wasn't
hates
your
it.
idea.
It's called week 0. But in the first games of the year, and you even saw it a little bit with Florida and Utah last night. I don't know if you guys watched that game. I thought that it would strike me more than it actually did that the clock doesn't stop on the first downs until the last couple minutes of each half. And I don't know. I'm just kind of interested to see if it impacts the game much at all. Like, one thing that offensive coordinator Will Stein said earlier in camp was that he feels like points per possession are going to be even more important because there will probably be a few less plays run by an offense in any given game now. But I don't know if anything's really going to change, but I just need to get used to that more than anything, I suppose.
Yeah, when you have a quarterback like Bo Nix coming back, that clock issue is probably not going to be an issue because he's going to keep things moving.
One would think.
Yeah, when you get into faster rhythm, there's no doubt about that. I mean, I don't think the clock's going to be an issue. It becomes an issue when you play the teams of the old Stanford days, right? I mean,
ball control.
1st and 10, 2nd and 7, 3rd and 2, 1st and 10 again, and here goes another 30 seconds off the clock, and you never get a chance to possess it.
So Nebraska, Minnesota last night.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what it kind of looked like. I mean, that's where it really comes into effect. Oregon will get into a rhythm. I don't think it's really going to be that much of a factor, frankly.
We'll talk more about keys to the game. Anything else? What else on your mind, fellas?
I'm looking forward to seeing the punting game step up in consistency, hang time, distance. Special teams could really, really be good this year.
I just want to see a big play.
Yeah. Punt return
on special
for a
teams.
touchdown.
Yeah, kick return.
Yeah.
Something in there. Get a big turnover that gives the ball to the offense deep in the opposing team's territory. Just some sort of big-time special teams play.
We picked the 2010 Autzen opener where special teams were really good for our Throwback Thursday this week. We do a Throwback Thursday on the Oregon football social media channels every week, and so there you go. Maybe we were onto something there.
Yeah, it's so funny. I was looking at the 2010 game of Portland State. And Cliffy.
Yeah.
I mean, he I don't care if the ball was bouncing and there were 10 guys around, he'd pick it up and run with it. And
he scored 2 touchdowns against Mexico in that 2010 opener.
Wow.
So, yeah. And Kenyon Barner scored 5 touchdowns in that game. Not bad.
There were some crazy ones.
I love Kenyon Barner.
I know.
He's one of my all-time favorite players.
Yeah.
Fun to watch. Yeah. All right, we're going to get a timeout. When we come back, our pick segment, we'll have some more preview of Oregon and Portland State. Jerry and Jorgie are here. It's a Friday. Bust out the ibuprofen, acetaminophen.
Let's go, baby.
Aspirin. We got some things to cover on our picks. Back after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Don't miss out on summer at Toyota's National Sales Event. It's the perfect time to squeeze out the last of summer with an exciting new Tacoma, Highlander, Camry, and more.
Toyota, let's go places. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Event ends September 5th.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by our local branch today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Don't miss out on summer at Toyota's National Sales Event. It's the perfect time to squeeze out the last of summer with an exciting new Tacoma, Highlander, Camry, and more.
Toyota, let's go places. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Event ends September 5th.
You're listening to Duck Insider. Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
What is dedication?
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that my kids wouldn't have a father. And I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. I definitely had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
We're back on Duck Insider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. OnPoint people are the point. Jerry and Jorgie joining myself, Joey Mack, in the Country Financial Studio. Jerry's got the coin, so let's review a few things, shall we?
Are there any new rules this year?
Nope.
Can we make any new
Nope. Nope.
Gee.
All right, so the way that picks work, if you are the leader, you pick first, and then if you're in second place, you pick second, and it goes down from there. You get one deferral if you're in first place. That means if Jorgie decides he wants to wait to see how all of us pick, he can do that once. But the rule is still that once you make the pick, it's locked in. You can't, at the end of the show, come back and change your pick. Agreed?
You don't get to the end of the show to change it. Once you
pick it, you've made the pick.
The only dispute I have about any of that stuff, it's not a big one. It's just listen and think about this.
Okay.
If you're in the lead, why would you not be able to pick last to watch what everybody else is doing? I mean, that's an advantage. It's a disadvantage to have to pick first
because
as the leader.
Okay.
Well, you raise an interesting point. All those in favor? No, we're not voting. I just want to vote on something.
I just wanted to throw it out there. I'm not going to change it.
We've always done it that way.
I know, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
That's a great point.
Doesn't mean you always have to continue to do it that way.
Because then, in theory, unless the other two of us decide to conspire against you, you could always stay in first place. Right.
Well,
that's why we do it.
It's the advantage of getting the lead.
It's the advantage of getting the lead.
You know what we could try one week? What if we just did blind picks? Like each of us tell Scott who we're picking, and Scott just shows a board for each of us for the whole week.
Yeah, I like that.
And
I
so
think
it'd
we
be
should show it on screen.
Sounds
Can't
like a lot of
change.
work
Oh,
for
look
Scott.
at all
Sounds
these
like a lot of
things.
work for Scott.
You know?
But what if we did it
I'll
that
do it
way?
on a piece of
We don't
paper.
have to go through each game. Now, I mean, it makes the show a lot shorter, which isn't as fun.
But at the end of the season,
we can talk about the picks that were made. Why did you pick them?
At the end of the season, you still would have the opportunity to see how far you behind, or you and make those stupid picks anyway. So
okay.
Well, I
was just throwing that out there.
Paul says decide these things before going on the air. Paul, you're onto something there.
Why?
You probably are. I mean, Jerry and Jorgie walked in here like 2 minutes before we went on, so they've actually got jobs to do.
There
I'm
would
just
be
here.
no fun if we decided everything and then came on and went, okay, what's
But
your
actually,
pick?
what if we
What's your
did?
pick?
I mean, we could do just like the blind picks. Like I give a list to Scott, each of you give a list to Scott.
Once
and then
in a
it's
while.
Just,
that's
okay.
too clean. That's too clean. That's
See,
too, there's no mystery.
Look, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us every Friday. We thrive in the chaos.
That's right.
We thrive
That's what it is.
in
That's
the
right.
chaos.
That's right.
This,
Pros and cons. We're just talking about the pros and cons of the deal. I mean, they stopped the clock after first down forever, right? But they changed this year.
So Jorgie picks first, and we've
Why?
already got 3 games in the barn, I guess, as they say. USC, Utah, and Arizona State, all victorious so far in the Week 0 game. Sorry, Jerry. And then the Thursday games to kick things off last night. The coin, by the way, with the flips that I did, there was video evidence. You all saw. Scott was a witness. The coin is 1 and 2. Coin took Florida and took Southern Utah. Rough start for the coin. Coin's 1 and 2. We are all 3 and 0. So the way that this works, because Jorgie won last year, Jorgie is still picking first.
Still has to go first.
That's right. Jerry finished second, so Jerry will pick second. I finished third. It was a real tough year for me. I will go third, and then the coin, of course, is picking last. We go in chronological order. We will never pick the Oregon game because, let's be honest, we'd all just pick Oregon anyway.
Yeah.
The statistics I've updated so that now we can keep track of our percentage as we go each week a little easier in my spreadsheet. It's less math for me, which is better for everybody because I'm not very good at math. That's why I was a journalism
But you're
major.
smart enough to put the formulas in.
John
Nothing.
Sargent.
This is the best of worlds.
John.
Oh, look at this!
Look at the food.
What is he doing?
Look at
Red Vines for Scott Phillips.
Good.
So John Sargent,
This
who's in
is
charge.
sweet.
Wait, come over into the front. Come over
Gotta get
into
you on
the
the
camera
camera.
shot. So those of you that are watching the show, Sarge just brought root beer floats.
And I didn't eat lunch before I came over.
Either. I did
I am
not either.
so hungry right now.
Okay.
Root beer floats.
Sarge just brought root beer floats into the studio, and also what else is here? I see chips. We've got the turkey
sandwich this year. Yes.
The buffalo chicken slider, and red vines for Scott Phillips, which is still his favorite thing. Oh, what a guy!
Oh my
Buffalo
gosh.
chicken slider with fries. Oh my goodness. The root beer floats that everybody's going to have tomorrow. Thank you.
There you go.
The root beer float that everybody gets tomorrow. He also just got side fries. That's
gosh.
Jerry's entire meal.
Oh my gosh.
Jorgie,
Jorgie,
you're gonna have to pull around the old Mac Court chair as a table.
Yep, that's my table right there.
And the cart is staying.
That looks good.
Turkey sandwich.
I haven't had a root beer float for a long
Well, there
time.
you go. Yeah. Oh, you got the,
look at
the
that
overflow on the
overflow.
cart.
Volcano.
Yeah, the overflow on the cart. Okay, so okay, thanks. Yeah. I got the overflow. We do have towels.
Way
Hey,
to go, guys.
Sarge,
Thank you.
John Sargent, appreciate
You're awesome. You're awesome.
Yeah.
We love you.
Oh my gosh.
So
the best.
Concessions
Even though
tomorrow.
you scare us to death every time you come in the room. Yeah.
Thank
go
you,
nuts.
Sarge. Well, there you go, boys. Did you eat lunch?
No, we did not. So let's take a break.
Yeah. I can't believe he did that.
Oh my goodness.
So he so we hear he
think
must
they're
have been
all set.
watching, like talking root beer floats, and now you got one.
That was so fast.
Oh,
there's buffalo sliders here.
Yep.
Turkey sandwich over there.
Over there.
And more fries.
So did you get a root beer float?
Not yet.
Do you want this one? Because it
well,
overflowed.
which one is yours?
It overflowed
Oh,
on the
we got
floor.
two here.
We got two right there. I can take the one on the end. You take the overflow.
Oh, thanks. Great. That's
Cheers,
awesome.
boys.
Cheers, boys. Yeah. Well, happy football season, I guess.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
Well, anyway, picks.
Where were we?
Thanks,
My
Sarge.
goodness.
This is just
So Jorgie's picking first, and
every
anybody.
week. We're doing this every week, right?
Well, Sarge, are we doing this every week?
I went to suck on the straw, and it's a spoon. Sorry.
No. Okay. Meanwhile, back at the ranch,
Well, look,
cows are coming out of the barn.
All I know is that normally it's our fault when the Friday show goes off the rails. I just want it on record. This wasn't our fault.
No.
This is
a good fault.
There's a game tonight. Stanford and Hawaii are playing tonight. It's 8 o'clock on the CBS Sports Network. Guys, I think this is a tough pick. It's in Honolulu.
Oh, boy.
Tough pick. Mike Jorgensen. Get back on the rails here. I'm going to have a French fry.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, Hawaii played a pretty good game clear across the ocean and the continental U.S. last week, playing Vanderbilt on the other side of the country. They did a nice job, played much more competitively, threw the ball around really well, which is exactly what they're going to do under Timmy Chang as the head coach. And right now I have no idea what Stanford is going to look like. A lot of people not picking them to be very good this year, having to go across over, representing now the ACC to be.
That's right.
That's right. That'll happen today.
The All-Coast Conference.
I'm taking Hawaii. The Rainbow Warriors. Aloha.
All right.
Actually, an easier pick than one would think. Stanford brings back 3 starters on each side of the ball. They're not very good this year. They haven't been very good for a while, and I think they struggle. It's a long trip over there, and Hawaii is at home, and Timmy Chang has got some players. So I'm going to go with Hawaii as well. I think they win, and I think they actually win pretty easily.
Shoot, I thought I was going to be in the minority picking Hawaii, but yeah, I'm also taking Hawaii. I just think that this is a game for Stanford. There's been just so much noise and transition for Stanford, and I don't know what to expect from the Cardinals, so I am going to take the home team. The Fighting Darren Ehas, longtime sports information director with the Ducks. He's now working at Hawaii.
Right.
He's back at home. He's from Hawaii. was a duck. So I'm taking the fighting Darren Ehas.
We get to see him in a couple of weeks right here
know.
at Otson Stadium. That'll be fun.
Get to see him in a couple weeks and then making that trip.
Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah.
Jerry, the coin.
All right.
Please
coin.
do not
Whoa,
break
it
anything
is.
today.
Nice
Bright
catch.
lights.
Nice catch.
Tails.
Tails.
Whoa, Cardinal.
Okay.
Might be
trying to get back in it.
Might be a good pick for the coin. You never know. You never know. That's the game tonight. Let's go through the slate on Saturday when we come back. Because
thank you.
I'm
hungry.
Yeah. How about that?
Oh.
Steven said that's first-class service. I can't agree more. The Oregon Concessions crew, we owe you one. Actually, we owe you a few.
Yeah.
Did you eat your red vines yet? He's already eating his red vines. Okay.
Fries are good.
Back after this. Our picks, by the way, are brought to you by Sylvan Ridge Winery. I promise that there's no wine open in the studio. We're back after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Duck fans, we're all about protecting our home turf here in Eugene. You should do the same for your home with Country Financial Insurance. Most home insurance doesn't account for inflation, but with Country Financial, yours can. If something happens to your home, make sure you can rebuild the same house in the same place. Call a local representative or 866-COUNTRY and get a solid defense for your home. Home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Casualty Insurance Company, or Country Preferred Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Property must meet age and condition requirements, which vary by state.
At Shadow Hills Country Club, we're more than just an award-winning golf course and practice facility. Our events team offers all-inclusive event pricing that allows us to take care of all the details while you enjoy your event. Our indoor and outdoor venues offer you a wide variety of fully staffed options that put the focus on you. From weddings to business and social events, at Shadow Hills Country Club Events Center, you get the benefits of a resort atmosphere and amenities in a peaceful country setting, just minutes from downtown Eugene. Call for a tour today or visit shadowhillsevents.com.
You're listening to Duck Insider. Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Into the building for the first time after the shooting, it was crippling, but it had to be preserved.
In response to the Pulse nightclub shooting that affected the LGBTQ community, Barbara Poma, owner of Pulse, founded the One Pulse Foundation to honor Pulse victims and survivors.
If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love in its rawest form.
Join the fight for LGBTQ acceptance. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
Well, welcome back to Duck Insider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. Saw a question on YouTube about guest pickers. We always do try to have guest pickers. Sometimes it's our honorary captains. Jeff Schwartz, one of the honorary captains this week. We've had him be the guest picker before.
He's too smart.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, he thinks he is anyway.
I heard him say he climbed.
He's going to kill me for that.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to hear. You're going to hear about that one tomorrow.
He said he climbed Mount Everest.
Wow.
Really?
Really? Wow.
I don't know if I misread or heard that when he was on talking about, so I got to ask him tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, yeah. So, and the thought is, if so, Joey Harrington would be a good choice. Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
You know, Joey's always honorably in the studio because we've got the Joey Heisman poster up on the wall, soon to be flanked by the Bo Nix poster. I'm working on that.
Can't wait to see that.
Yeah, I'm working on that. Our Sylvan Ridge Winery picks, guys. Proud to be Eugene, Oregon's first bonded winery. Very best of the South Willamette Valley, Sylvan Ridge Winery. What else do we have for you? Saturday, after everybody picked Hawaii except the coin.
Dropping food.
Yeah, you're all over the place.
I'm all over the place.
9 a.m. on Fox. Colorado visits TCU, the Horned Frogs. The guy who's in charge of tickets in the sponsorship office, we've affectionately named him Kip Tix. Kip Ambrose. He's a Horned Frog grad. So,
wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he asked me today. He came up to us and said, "You're going to pick TCU, right?" He was thinking about it.
Yes.
He asked me. And so, Georgie, are you going to pick TCU?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
In honor of Kip.
For Kip Tix.
Yep.
Do me a favor, if you guys see him, call him Kip Tix.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's a great nickname.
Yeah, that is.
He's the ticket guru.
KT.
KT. There you go.
Hey, that carries a little bit of weight in Oregon, doesn't it? So there you go. All right, Jerry.
It's TCU. That's a program. Colorado is not a program yet. They could become one. They're going to be very good at the skill positions, but I don't know if they get an offensive line or a defense that can stop TCU. So that to me is an easy pick, TCU.
Yeah, I think TCU is going to win. I don't know what to expect from Colorado this year.
No.
Like, I have no idea. You know, it's such a different operation that Coach Prime has put together with so much player turnover. I have no idea what to expect from Colorado. So I think you got to.
I don't know if anybody does, including who they're playing.
Do. Yeah.
Right? I mean, TCU does. I don't think they really know, but it'll be interesting how much Colorado tries to open things up in that first game and really be a flash. You know, be a prime flash type of situation. But at the end of the day, it comes down to better football players, and I think TCU's got them.
I just wonder, too, has there ever been an expansion team in baseball or football that has had a good first year?
Golden Knights, hockey.
I said, has there been a baseball or a football team or a hockey team, I guess? No, but I just think they're like an expansion team. They're all new.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Oh, the coin.
Oh,
wait, did you pick TCU?
I picked
right?
TCU.
Yeah.
Going
I'm not
with
going to flip it over by
going
my
with the
root
fighting
beer
Kips
float. I'm going to do it over here.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I was afraid that my desk was going to be covered in root beer.
Well, the show is not over yet, and it's
heads. That's the home team in TCU. Later on the schedule, of course, the Portland State-Oregon game will be the second Pac-12 game to kick off at noon. Then 12:30 on ABC. Guys, I think this is kind of a fun matchup. Boise State, the Fighting Andy Avaloses, visits Washington. Number 10 in the country. Washington is a 2-touchdown favorite in this game, Jorgie.
Yeah, a 2-touchdown. You know, it's one of those ones that I've just really fought with over time. Not necessarily I'm picking the winner, because I'm going to pick Washington in this one. But I think Boise State is better than people think they are. And with Taylor Green at quarterback, who is just getting better and better each year. And anytime you've got a quarterback, you've got a chance. But I just don't know if they can defend Penix and Odunze and McMillan and that offense being able to chuck it all over the place in Husky Stadium. And those fans are going to be fired up, being prime time right off the bat against Boise State. Who does Chris Peterson pick? I mean, who does he pick? Does he take Boise State? Does he take Washington?
Or is he back on the Fox pregame? Or is he going to have to pick this game?
I don't know, but I think I saw the other day he made a comment where he's Switzerland this week or Norway.
Yeah,
Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Neutral, right?
Yeah.
He's going to be neutral.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I take Washington this one. I just think Washington is going to pull away. Too many big playmakers. I don't think Boise State has the defenders to be able to match up with that Washington offense.
Without a starting running back, though, Washington. Jerry?
Yeah, and maybe –
But a transfer.
Yeah, and maybe not 100% quarterback. We heard rumors that Michael Penix Jr., has got a shoulder this season, maybe not 100%, so we don't know about that. But still, Washington has too much offense. And the other side of that coin is they've got too much defense. I don't think it's a 2-touchdown game. I think it's probably more like a 3 or 3.5 touchdown game for Washington.
I think that we're going to learn a lot about Washington actually in this game. I feel like Penix was so fast to be great last year. I'm curious now, year 2 for them, but also year 2 for teams defending them. Yeah. You know, I think we're going to learn a lot because, we know how good of a defensive coordinator and defensive mind Andy Avalos is. I actually think this might be closer than 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
But I think you still have to pick Washington just because we don't know yet. It's week 1. It's kind of hard to go against the home team, I feel like, on that.
I mean, without Penix, and if Penix is hurt, even injured, or is not able to, again, there's been I don't think prediction he's not going to play.
No.
But at the same time, if he's beat up enough that Boise State can beat him up a little bit more, Boise State's good enough. I can just tell you that.
I think they're good enough also. I'm not going to pick them because it would be bad for our pick standings if that doesn't go my way.
And it's in Seattle.
It's in Seattle.
Yeah.
Tough place to play. We know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coin?
Oh, coin. Coin, I can tell you right now, is going to pick Boise State. Oh, it didn't. It went Washington. Yeah, smart coin.
Yeah, well, smart coin. 1 o'clock on ESPNU. Cal visits North Texas.
I don't know what to think about that one.
That's what I'm saying. I thought that today when I started to make my circles on the schedule sheet of who I was picking. This one I circled both teams.
I mean, why would you go there in the first place if you're Cal? Why would you even schedule a game on the road at North Texas?
Don't know.
And yet the Mean Green, right?
Yeah.
The Mean Green were decent last year, played a bowl game. In fact, I think they played Boise State in a bowl game, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken. But anyhow, I just can remember them, I think, in a bowl game and last year, and they actually played pretty well. Don't know anything about North Texas. I didn't do any research on the game. But I'll probably take them. I'm taking North Texas.
North Texas.
Yeah.
They did play Boise State in the Frisco Bowl.
There you go.
And lost 35-32.
Okay. And there was a brouhaha or two in that game, from what I remember, with some late hits on the sideline and that type of deal. So it'll be
brouhaha. That's like a slobber knocker.
Yeah, it was fun.
I like that. Brouhaha. Word of the day with Mike Jorgensen. Brouhaha in our Sylvan Ridge Winery picks.
That's like brouhaha. Like take a drink of beer and laugh. Isn't that a brouhaha?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm trying here.
Flag on the play.
Don't throw the flag.
He already did.
No.
It whizzed right by you.
Oh, I'm afraid you're going to hit. I don't have lids on these things. You got to be crazy.
If you think so, Jerry, that you're right. Okay? If you think so.
What?
Brouhaha.
Well, that's what it's. Okay.
I thought that was good.
No, that's not.
Look, I'm a dad now. I get to make all the dad jokes I want.
All right.
That is a dad joke.
Yes!
You know that is a dad
it's
joke.
It's a knee-slapping dad joke.
I just had my two great-granddaughters here, and there was a lot of those dad jokes while they were here. So.
A brouhaha.
Yeah.
I want you to know that it is now my mission tomorrow to use brouhaha on the broadcast.
Okay.
There might be one.
It's like in college when
things get chippy, that happens. There was one at the region, the baseball regional. I mean, we were right down in the middle of it.
Right.
There's a brouhaha going on down there.
Yeah. It was exactly.
And it was.
Brouhaha. Yeah.
Brouhahas.
Okay. All right. My turn.
Yeah, you can pick Cal or North Texas.
No, you know why? North Texas does not return their quarterback, and I think anytime you come up with a new quarterback, although they get to be at home, I just think the Pac-12, even a lower division Pac-12 team, should beat North Texas. So I'm going to pick Cal.
Jackson Sermon, man, on defense, he's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm taking Cal. You know why I'm taking Cal? I want the Pac-12 to be so good this year. And this is a game that the conference can't afford to lose. No. So in the final year of the Pac-12, as it is, Cal needs to carry the banner and get a win at North Texas.
Jorgie doesn't think so, but that's okay.
But you want Cal to
I
win.
do.
Okay.
I do. But I want to win, too.
You're going to go up a game on us this week because we're piling on.
I'm willing this one into existence for me. Coin?
Okay. Coin is going.
I really applaud your coin flips today.
Thank you. You shouldn't have said that. That's a head.
North Texas.
That means North Texas, home team.
All right. Timeout. Sylvan Ridge Winery picks. It's Duck Insider. We've got more coming up in the Country Financial Studio. Diverse selection of wines. It's a diverse selection of picks in the Cal North Texas game. More coming up on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield. Brouhaha!
Don't miss out on summer at Toyota's National Sales Event. It's the perfect time to squeeze out the last of summer with an exciting new Tacoma, Highlander, Camry, and more.
Toyota, let's go places. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Event ends September 5th.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by our local branch today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Don't miss out on summer at Toyota's National Sales Event. It's the perfect time to squeeze out the last of summer with an exciting new Tacoma, Highlander, Camry, and more.
Toyota, let's go places. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Event ends September 5th.
More Duck Insider coming up on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
I'm Chris Jakovic. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakovic, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Duck Insider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. I'm Joey Mack, Jerry Allen, Mike Jorgensen,
Do not
Country
give him the
Financial
flag.
Studio. Not giving the flag back to Scott. He almost nailed you in the head again. It whizzed.
I looked down.
I'm not
I didn't
kidding.
even see it.
That thing whizzed right by your noggin, and I was going, uh-oh. I think my desk is going to be so sticky by the time we're done today.
Could be.
Thanks to John Sargent, Oregon Concessions. I can confirm the root beer floats hit the spot.
Oh,
I
man.
have not had a root beer float in a long time either. Phenomenal.
Real deal. No, the real deal.
The French fries, solid. The buffalo chicken slider edition, I was happy. That was a great
I would order
lunch.
those in a heartbeat.
Yeah. The turkey sandwich. Scott had the turkey sandwich. Put your mic on. Give us the review. Scott's over at the director's chair, mouth full.
Sorry, I'd had a bunch of fries too. The turkey sandwich with the fries and the root beer. What a combo.
Solid.
All right.
Really solid.
So that's
really.
lunch tomorrow. I'll get you guys some at halftime.
Definitely.
Or Sarge to carry you
This
today.
might be it right here.
This is it?
Well,
Yeah. Tomorrow's a cheat day,
I'm not going to
Jordy.
speak for Jerry, so.
Yeah. Well, you can eat for 5.
I know. That's
And
right.
often do.
I just,
Yeah.
man, if I had your metabolism, it'd be a
Crazy.
good day.
My wife is always upset with me because she
Yeah.
eats a little bit and gains a little bit.
Are
We'll
you a
settle out.
garbage disposal? Like, do
Pretty
you
much.
finish everyone's food
If she
in your
doesn't
family?
take it off the table, I will finish it.
Yeah, okay.
I get in trouble for that, too.
Okay.
And I don't feel really good later on when I realize I ate the whole thing. Meanwhile,
3:30 on the Pac-12 Network. Nevada visits USC.
Could be ugly. Will be ugly.
USC?
USC.
Yeah. Don't do this.
Yeah.
We've only got 10 minutes left until our next break.
USC.
Yeah.
USC.
I still don't know how good USC's defense is. I think they're going to give up points, especially because their offense is going to score so often and honestly probably score fast. I think that USC is going to give up points this year. Might end up losing a shootout or two against a team that can match them offensively. I think USC wins this game, but I wonder about USC's defense. Don't know how good they are yet. We've actually seen them play a game. Everybody else, we haven't seen
I mean,
that
if
yet.
Nevada scores 24, then they're not very good.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, they're just undisciplined. A lot of talent, but just very undisciplined. And guys, athletes all over the place, but you got to play what the position you're supposed to play, what your responsibility is, and everything else that goes with it. And they just get fooled too easily. San Jose, I tell you, San Jose is better than people think they are.
I agree.
But that's why I say if Nevada scores 24 on them, they're in trouble defensively.
Real quick, Warduck says we need to do a poll and have the chat pick also on YouTube. I'm in. I don't know how to do that, but I'm going to try to figure it out. See what the Oregon fans in the chat think when we do picks every Friday. Sylvan Ridge Winery picks. Are you going to flip a coin? Okay, good.
And USC. It's
USC.
It's a head.
Heads. Okay. Next game, 4 o'clock on CBS Sports Network, Washington State taking on Colorado State, guys, in Fort Collins. Georgie? Supposed to be 92 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I think Cam Ward and company are going to do the job on the road. Colorado State wasn't a real good team in league last year. I don't know how much they've improved this year, but I think Washington State has enough talent at the right positions, a tough offense with Cam Ward at quarterback to defend. Jake Dickert's going to have the defense playing well, even though they lost some key players on defense. I just think Washington State's a better team, going to go on the road and win this game.
Wow, I'm not so sure. Clay Millen's quarterback, he was at Nevada. He's now at Colorado State. I think he's a pretty good quarterback. They had 5 starters return, which is not a whole lot, so that not a lot of experience. I want to pick Washington State because I want to back the Pac. And they got a returning quarterback, and that's huge. So I'll go Cougars. I'll go Washington State.
I should have mentioned John Sargent said that he forgot to leave his picks from Oregon concessions. He backed the Pac with everything except he didn't pick Washington. So
okay, there's our guest pick.
So there's something to know about concession. Oh, why didn't we make Sarge sit in for guest picks?
Yeah, that would have been a good idea. Well, I'll just have to do it again and bring food with him. So.
Yeah, that's right. So Sarge, next time, hey, bring lunch. We're here for you. You're our guest picker. Let's do it.
All right.
And I want everybody to know, disclaimer, I probably should have said this at the start. Someone asked me about this actually earlier this week. We don't pick against the spread. That's why we have a friendly competition with picks, and we're not breaking any NCAA rules.
No, totally.
So we're covered.
Are there still NCAA rules? Okay, I'm sorry.
True, right?
Yeah, coin, let's heads again, boy.
I didn't pick, but that's cool. Heads? That's Colorado State?
Yeah, the food's got me all.
You're catching that coin really well today.
That's what I'm saying.
With the lights in your eyes, and you're still
today.
just
We haven't had any drop and hit the desk. Did you know you dented the desk last year?
No, I did not know.
True
I know
story.
he hurt your computer, but the desk?
He did dent the computer also, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he had one hit my laptop keyboard last year. These coins they're hefty.
They're big.
they are.
It's
You're
a
right.
challenge. It's a Marine challenge coin is what it is, and it's really, really heavy.
From spring game in 20...
Well, actually, this one was my grandson's.
Yep.
We do have one.
That's why it's here.
Yeah.
From the spring game.
Yes.
Fighting Ducks.
Yeah.
For the spring game.
Is that one heavy?
It's not
Not
bad.
The Marine
yeah.
Challenge coin is
compare.
heavier.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So now you've got choices.
Okay, all right. I'll flip them both.
Yeah, no.
No. Okay. Here comes the flag again. All right, not going to do it. All right.
I can't give this back to Scott.
No.
Okay. Washington State, Colorado State, pretty much every. I'm going Cougs, by the way. Yeah, I think Washington State wins it. This is a week. You guys are probably like me. I tend to gravitate toward the Pac-12 teams in week one because I want the Pac-12 to have a good record in non-conference games.
And they should.
They should
And
in
they
a
should.
lot of these, yeah. Odds makers agree. So, anyway, Northern Arizona visits Arizona, 7 o'clock, Pac-12 Network.
Yeah, no upset special here. Jaden Delora and Arizona throws the ball all over the place. I don't think they really have to play that much defense against Northern Arizona, although I think they'll play good defense. But they're just too good offensively with the receiver group they have, Delora at quarterback, Michael Wiley at running back. I think they're just too good at home against Northern Arizona, so I'm taking the Wildcats.
Jerry?
I want to pick the Wildcats and probably will, but Jaden Delora can be great, and Jaden Delora can be not so great. Against an opponent like this, maybe he tries to do too much. What are you doing? No, it's not this. Okay. Arizona, but not by much. 3 touchdowns at best.
I just love I got him to look at it. I lifted it up.
Well,
I lifted up the root beer, and Jerry was like, oh, root beer.
I'm like a dog with a squirrel.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's food.
Exactly. No, I think Arizona's going to win, too. I wonder sometimes about the similar to Oregon playing Portland State, right? Like, Northern Arizona's entire goal here is this would be a huge win for Northern Arizona. But I think Arizona is good enough to get it done at home. I think Arizona's going to win the game. Coin?
Should be. All right, coin is going – ooh, that's a tails. That one's stuck to my hand. Tails.
Sugar.
Probably root beer float.
Northern Arizona.
Yeah, so the coin.
Then the last game in the Saturday slate, we do have a Sunday game in the Pac-12, 7:30 on ESPN. Coastal Carolina on the road against UCLA. I think that's a fun non-conference matchup for the Bruins. Good scheduling.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm curious who you're going to pick on this.
Well, I'm
Subtle.
taking UCLA at home.
Really?
Yeah, I'm taking
Are
UCLA
you sure?
at home.
Think about it. Not so quick.
I am taking UCLA at home. I am. Actually, I think Ethan Garbers is a good quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing about it is to me, UCLA has the potential to be the sneaky team in the Pac-12 conference this year because I think they've got guys at the right positions. I think Garbers is a really good quarterback. He's a veteran quarterback in that system. He doesn't have to be a DTR because he's not. and yet he makes really good decisions. You know, it's funny. We were just talking a little bit during timeout about Nate Costa. I felt like he's a Nate Costa in the Chip Kelly system. Really good, make really good decisions. May not be the fastest guy on the field, but he's efficient, makes good decisions, runs it for yards when the yards are there, completes the passes when they're there, doesn't throw it into coverage. I think UCLA is a sneaky team this year, and I think they win at home.
I'm going to agree with you for sort of the same reasons. I think Garbers is maybe as good a quarterback as DTR because he doesn't try to make things happen. He utilizes the tools around him. He's not going to try to make a great play or scramble and extend a play, which some quarterbacks can do and do well. I just like him as a safe quarterback. And let's face it, UCLA should win this ballgame. This should not be a competition.
Last year, Coastal Carolina was off to just a red-hot start and then finished, including the bowl game, with 3 straight losses. I think they're a good team. We've seen them be a top 25 team in recent years. But I agree. I think UCLA is pretty good. Jorgie really talked me into UCLA being better than I even thought they were. So I'm taking the Bruins as well.
Surprise this year.
All right.
From what people are picking them to be.
Do you think they win the Battle of L.A.?
No, okay. but I think they're better than a 6th or 7th, what I've seen consistently in league, and by people across the country is picking them to be 6th or 7th. I think they might finish a little bit better than that.
Too early in the season to say who will win that game, USC-UCLA. If USC shows that their defense maybe isn't.
Actually, I think Jorgie just picked that game. I'm going to write it on the spreadsheet.
I'll take that. Okay, there you go.
At the end of the year.
The coin. Whoa. Tails.
Gosh,
Coastal. That's 2 tough picks right in a row for the coin.
Cool. All right, we got a Sunday game. You want to take our last break and then do some keys at the end as well?
Yeah, let's eat again.
That's what I was aiming for. Mike Jorgensen, Jerry Allen, I'm Joey Mack. Our Sylvan Ridge Winery picks on a Friday. We've got more coming on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by our local branch today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Hey Duck fans, we're all about protecting our home turf here in Eugene. You should do the same for your home with Country Financial Insurance. Most home insurance doesn't account for inflation, but with Country Financial, yours can. If something happens to your home, make sure you can rebuild the same house in the same place. Call a local representative or 866-COUNTRY and get a solid defense for your home. Home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Casualty Insurance Company, or Country Preferred Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Property must meet age and condition requirements, which vary by state.
Don't go anywhere. Duck Insider continues after these messages on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys! I love this song! I love these nachos. I love our kickball league! Ugh! I love this guy! What's your name? You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
Duck Insider presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. We've got a noon kickoff tomorrow, Oregon against Portland State. We spend our Friday previewing that game with Jerry and Jorgie, also making some Sylvan Ridge Winery picks. Sylvan Ridge offers wine enthusiasts a diverse selection of wines representing the very best of the South Willamette Valley. We have a Sunday game, Oregon State at San Jose State, guys. It's the 12:30 kickoff on CBS. I do always love this opening weekend when games are spread out across 4 days, sometimes 5 days for college football with Labor Day weekend. Number 18, Oregon State, visiting a San Jose State team that is fresh off a 0-week loss.
But played well.
To USC.
Yeah, just rub it in.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why you hate it so much.
Why don't they just call it the first week of the season?
I don't know.
Because it is, right?
I don't know.
It is not right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Oregon State, San Jose State.
Oregon State.
Are you going to defer at all?
No, I'm not.
Huh. He did not defer the whole time.
I actually kind of forgot, but I've got my mind made up.
I love the honesty.
I'll just be honest real quick. So.
The root beer flowed through everything.
It did, yeah. You know, I'll tell you what, impressive effort by San Jose State last week down the Coliseum against USC. Hung in there for a half. Still made things happen in the second half, even though USC's offense, as we know, is very, very powerful with athletes all over the place. And Caleb Williams got things in gear, as we all kind of figured they would in that third quarter. It's exactly what happened. But San Jose State is tough, and they're tough at home. And they had a great season last year. They got a returning quarterback who's very, very good. He's mobile. He makes good decisions. And anytime you have that, you got your hands full. And I think Oregon State's going to have their hands full at San Jose State this week. But I also believe the Beavers are too good at the offensive line, at the line of scrimmage, to be able to run the ball and control it. Looking forward to seeing Uiagalelei play and how Jonathan Smith uses him in this offense, and still a very solid defense. I think it's close. I think it's a closer game than maybe people think it's going to be, or maybe they think it's going to be close, just like me. But I think Oregon State goes on the road and wins blue-collar fashion.
Well, I love everything you said about that. I like the way you talk about the Beavers and what they have and how they should do well, but this is game number 2 for San Jose State. They've had a chance to look at what they didn't do right and work on it and fix it. And again, this is a pretty good football team. The Beavers still, as Jordy said, got that offensive line, which when you have that. And Chance Nolan is still a pretty good quarterback. If Uiagalelei does not perform, and I want to see the big guys, 6'5", 6'6", 250 something. So I'm not sure about the Beavers. I want to pick them, but I also want to pick San Jose State.
You're going to pick them.
Yes.
We've got like 45 seconds left in the show.
I'll go San Jose State.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm taking Oregon State.
Wow.
Oregon State should win. I agree with I could just say everything that Jorgie said, and that's how I feel.
I'll never pick them again. I'll never pick them again. If they lose, am I going to pick them again?
Tails. Beavers.
Oregon State.
Yeah.
Okay, the only differing picks, Jerry takes San Jose State upset fashion, and then Jorgie's taken North Texas. Otherwise, I picked every single Pac-12 team except Stanford.
Okay.
All right. Game day, Sylvan Ridge Winery picks. Thanks to Sylvan Ridge, representing the very best of the South Willamette Valley. Our picks every Friday, brought to you by Sylvan Ridge. All right, guys, 10 a.m. Pre-game show gets underway from Autzen Stadium, Oregon, Portland State. Jerry's going to have a French fry.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.
Jorgie's going to finish off the turkey sandwich. Scott's got red vines. It's a good Friday. See you at Autzen tomorrow.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here.
I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to